Hello, Robs. We've got another book, Goethe's, or is it Goethe? Goethe. I don't think you roll hard on the R. You just go Goethe. Goethe. Kind of like a muted R, I think. Who knows? I don't know anything German, but the chapter we're gonna cover here is Walpurgis night, and I'm totally missing it. All right, let's check which chapter Walpurgis night is. What great planning we have here. Well, I did have it bookmarked, to be honest with you. Scene 21. That's 19, bruv. We're getting close. Yes, this is Walpurgis night while we're waiting for me to get myself in order. Is a celebration of the eve of the feast day of Saint Walpurga, an 8th century abbess in Francia, and is celebrated on the night of 30th April and the day of May 1st. Pardon! This feast commemorates the canonization of Saint Walpurga and the movement of her relics to Eichstätt, both of which occurred on May 1st, 870. Saint Walpurga was hailed by the Christians of Germany for battling pest, rabies, and whooping cough, as well as against witchcraft. Christians prayed to God through the intercession of Saint Walpurga in order to protect themselves from witchcraft. As Saint Walpurga was successful in converting the local populace to Christianity, I also believe that the Church of Satan was founded by Anton LaVey on this day in 1966, was it? Yes, the Church of Satan was founded on Sankt Walpurgis Nacht in 1966. Founder Anton Sander LaVey states in the Satanic Bible that besides one's own birthday, Walpurgis Nacht ranks as an important satanic holiday, noting the eve of May has been memorialized as symbolizing the fruition of the spring equinox, and chose the date well aware of the date's traditional association with witchcraft. I believe it is one of the, what are they called, the Sabbats of witchcraft, it being 6 months before Halloween, All Hallows Eve, which is the most sacred of witchcraft practicing nights. Anyways, if a witch shall come forth, they shall be harpooned by me. Scene 21, Walpurgis night. Mind you, the poetry isn't very good here, but neither will be my reading. Mephistopheles, do you not long for a broomstick today? I should like a goat, both young and strong. Our goal by this road still is far away. Faust, this knotted stick suffices me so long as I feel fresh upon my legs. Why take the shorter cut? To me it seems that creeping through this labyrinthine vale, before these rocky cliffs we scale, from which the spring continually streams, lends pleasure to a walk like this and zest. Spring quickens the birches, one can tell. The fir trees feel its power, as do the rest. Why should it not affect our limbs as well? Mephistopheles, it does not touch me in the least. My body still feels wintry and chill. I long for frost and snow upon our path. How sadly the imperfect disk of the red moon still is rising, with belated glow, so faint a light it seems to throw, that at each step one strikes a rock or tree. Let me call a will-o'-the-wisp to me. I see one burning brightly over there. Ho, friend, Will you not aid us with your light? Why, keep on flickering this useless flare. Be good enough to guide us up the height. There is the scene taking place. Mephistopheles, our goal by this road still is far away. The will-o'-the-wisp. Out of respect, I hope I can subdue my fickle nature and submit to you. Usually we go at a zigzag gait. Mephistopheles, ho ho! Does he try to imitate man? Go straight in the devil's name, or I'll blow out your flickering flame. The will-o'-the-wisp. I will adapt myself to you as best I can. Here you are master. Bear in mind this fact. The mountain is bewitched today, and if you need a will-o'-the-wisp to light your way, you must not ask it to be too exact. Faust, Mephistopheles, will-o'-the-wisp in alternating song. Since it seems we've been admitted to these dreamlike magic spaces, guide us nicely through these places so that soon we be permitted in the vast and desolate regions. Watch the trees like forest legions, passing by in swift descending while the cliffs keep bowing, bending, and the rocks long-snouted fellows. How each snorts and how each bellows over stones, through meadows growing, down rush brook and brooklet flowing. Do I hear rustling? Do I hear singing? Songs in which the heart rejoices, like these tender heavenly voices, which we love and loving hail, while faint echo like a tale of olden golden days is ringing. To wit, to who, not far away, cry plover, I'm not sure which, screech owl and the jay. Did they remain awake today? Does the long-legged pot-belly salamander through the tangled bush meander? How the roots like serpents winding out of the rocks and sand dunes linger, stretching tendrils like a finger, us to frighten, coiling, binding from the living knotted gnarls. Polypus feelers stretch their snarls towards the wanderer. Mice are scurrying, mice of thousand colors hurrying, scuffling through the moss and heather, while the fireflies are gleaming, flying, crowding, pushing, streaming. Bewildered escorts flock together. Tell me then if we are waiting, or if onwards we are going. All is whirling, rushing, blowing. Trees and rocks are making faces. Will-o'-the-wisp with arts and graces are augmenting and dilating. Mephistopheles, come now, clutch my coat tail tightly. Here a middle peak is showing, whence astonished one sees brightly Mammon in the mountains glowing. Faust, through yawning chasm strangely gleams a murky reddish tinge like break of day. Into the deepest crevices it seems to scent and picket its way. There rises steam, there vapor drifts from sight. Here out of mist and film flickers a glowing light, now trailing like a slender thread, now spraying like a fountain overhead. Here for distance it sweeps abreast the valley in 100 veins to left and right, while here into a corner pressed suddenly the streams unite. Near by flashing sparks of light are scattering like golden sands. But look, in all of its splendid height, ablaze the rocky precipice stands. Mephistopheles, does not Lord Mammon illuminate his hails in splendor for this fate? What luck you've seen it! Hush! I hear the noisy guests are drawing near. Faust, how the wind storm races through the air! It bears upon my neck with blow on blow. Mephistopheles, cling fast to the old ribs of the rock. Take care, else you'll be hurled into the abyss below. A heavy mist is darkening the night. Hear the crashing through the woods. In fright, away the terrified owls flit. Listen, the columns splinter and split in the evergreen hail. Or is that hall? Hall. The branches crack and fall. Down come the trunks with the terrible groan. the roots tearing violently creak and moan, as snarled and tangled hideously trees crashes heavily in the tree, while over the stormy wreck-strewn cliffs, hissing and howling, come violent winds. Do you hear voices on the heights, far away then drawing nearer to me? A frenzied song of sorcery is sweeping the mountain's crest tonight. Witches in chorus. The witches ride to the Brocken horn. The stubble is yellow, green is the corn. The rabble is gathered, awaiting the call. Aloft sits Lord Urien, ruling them all. Here is the path, over stick, over stone. The he-goat stinks, and it's the crone. A voice, alone. Old Baubo is coming now. She's riding on top of a pharaoh's sow. Chorus. Give honor to whom all honors belong. Dame Baubo, come forward. Learn forth the throng. A good old sow and the mother atop. Witches follow him, neck and crop. A voice. Which way did you come? Another voice. Over Ilsenstein crest. I peeked into an owlet's nest. She lowered and glowered. Another voice. Oh, go to hell. Why must you gallop like this, pell-mell? A voice. Ouch! But she grazed me passing by. Just look at the wounds that she gave me. Oh, my. Witches in chorus. The way is wide, the way is long. How do you like this crazy throng? The broomstick scratches, the pitchfork pokes. The mother tracks and the little brat chokes. Wizards, semi-chorus. We creep along like a snail in its house, the women before us. But if instead they're on their way to the devil's house, women are 1,000 steps ahead. Another semi-chorus. Such fine distinctions we don't make. A woman 1,000 steps may take, but much as she hurries to cover the ground, a man arrives with a single bound. A voice above. Ho there! From the Felsency, come up! Oh, do! A voice below. We'd gladly climb the heights with you. We've washed until we can't scrub more, yet we're as sterile as before. Both choruses. The wind is hushed, the stars die, the melancholy moon hides in the sky, while crowds of wizards whizzing by make sparks of sputtering fire fly. A voice below. Stop, stop, oh, don't let me be left. A voice above. Who's calling from the rocky cleft? A voice below. Take me with you, oh, please stop. I have climbed 300 years, yet I can never reach the top. I'd like to be amongst my peers. Both choruses. A broomstick will carry you, so will a stick. A pitchfork will carry you. A goat does the trick. He who cannot raise himself today, lost forevermore must stay. A half-witch below. I've stumbled until I'm half dead. How are the others so far ahead? For peace at home there is no chance. In here I shall never advance. And here I never shall advance. Chorus of witches. This salve gives courage to a hag. For a sail she takes a bit of rag. A ship is fashioned from a bow. He never will fly who can't fly now. Both choruses. When you have sailed the summit round, sink and trail lightly along the ground. You flock of witches softly glide and cover the heath. From far and wide they alight. Mephistopheles. They crowd and jostle, they rattle and clatter, they hiss and they whirl, they bustle and chatter, they sparkle and spurt, they stink and they burn, a real witch element, as you shall learn. Hold on to me, else we've been parted in turn. Where are you? Faust, in the distance. Here! Mephistopheles. What? Thrust out of sight? I must ask them for house room, asserting my right. Room, Sir Volland is coming. Rabble, clear the ground. Professor, take hold of me. Then with one bound out of this crowd we will skip easily. It's even too crazy for one like me. Something shiny with a curious glow is drawing me to those bushes. Come, let's go. Behind them we will disappear. Faust. Spirit of contradiction, onwards, lead! What a clever thought indeed, climbing the Brocken on Walpurgis night to isolate ourselves upon this height. Mephistopheles. Look, what varicolored flames burn bright. Here is a club with quite a lively tone. In little circles one is not alone. Faust. Yet to the heights I'd rather go. Already I see a whirling, smoky glow. To the evil one crowds stream from every side. There many a knotty riddle might be untied. Mephistopheles. Also many a riddle knottily tied. Let the vast world rumble on and riot. Here let us house ourselves in quiet. Long ago 'twas known and plainly stated that in the great world small worlds are created. See those young and naked witches there, and old ones, clever enough not to go bare. For my sake do be friendly to them all. The fun is great, the cost is small. Some instruments are being tuned up now. Damned twanging. Ere one gets to such a row, gets used to such a row. Come on, it has to be. I'll enter first and lead you in with me. I promise you something different in this place. What say you, friend? This is no tiny space. You scarce can see the end. Just think, 100 fires in a row. They drink, they cook, they chatter, they dance, they kiss. Tell me, where is anything better than this? Faust. To introduce us, will you devise a wizard or a devil's guise? Mephistopheles. Though nearly always I wear incognito on gala, my orders I must show. A garter isn't any proof. Here they revere the cloven hoof. Do you see that snail which creeps about with searching feelers just like eyes? It has already felt me out, though I desired I could not wear disguise. But come, we'll go from fire to fire. I'll be the go-between, you'll be the squire, to a few people who are sitting around some dying embers. Old gentleman, why sit so far away? I'd praise you if I found you placed today. Well, in the midst of all this youthful riot at home, one is alone enough and quiet. A general. What faith can any man place in his nation, although he squander all upon that land, with the people just as with a woman? Youth can always gain command. A minister. I sing and roundly praise the good old times. They've wandered far from all that's wise and sage, but the day we were in power, that was the veritable golden age. A parvenu. We were not altogether stupid men, though what we did oft was not right. Now the times are topsy-turvy, just when we wish to hold the reins quite tight. An author. In these days, who would ever read a book of sense and substance anyhow? As for the younger generation, they never were as impudent as now. Mephistopheles, who suddenly appears very old. I feel that men are ripe for judgment day. The witches' hill, a last time I ascend. Now that my cask is slowly dripping away, the world is surely coming to an end. The peddler witch. Please, gentlemen, don't pass me by. Don't lose this opportunity. Look at my wares attentively, for many a curious thing you'll spy. Yet in my booth there's really naught which somewhere else you will not find, and which at some time has not brought grievous damage to mankind. There is no dagger here whose deadly aim did not set blood a-flowing. Furthermore, no goblet which at one time did not pour consuming poison in a healthy frame, no jewel which did not seduce a lovable woman, no sword I lack which has not severed a pledge of truce or stabbed an adversary in the back. Mephistopheles. Good auntie, you're quite out of date. What's done in past, what's past is done. Get in a stock of novelties. By novelties only are we won. Faust. If only I don't go mad in such a place. This fair keeps up such a pace. Mephistopheles, the pack is crowding to the heights above. You are the shoved, although you think you shove. Faust, who is that? Mephistopheles, watch her with care. That's Lilith. Faust, who? Mephistopheles, Adam's first wife. Beware, I warn you of her bright fair hair, her ornament supreme. For this I know, once a youth is captured in that snare, she will not lightly let him go. Faust, an old and young witch are sitting there. Surely they have danced their share. Mephistopheles, today there is no rest for anyone. Let's join them. Come, a new dance has begun. Faust, dancing with a young witch. Once I had a lovely dream. There I saw an apple tree. Two splendid apples there did gleam. So up I climbed. They tempted me. The pretty witch. Apples have always tempted you since paradise long, long ago. So I am overjoyed to know that they grow in my garden too. Mephistopheles, with an old witch. Once I had a hideous dream. There I saw a cloven tree. It had a dreadful rent, and yet, ugly as it was, it suited me. The old witch, a hearty welcome to the knight of the cloven hoof, and may he soon attend the cloven tree, unless it frightens him away. The Proctophantasmist, don't fault me for mispronouncing that. Damned mob, how dare you be so indiscreet? Did we not long ago convince you then that spirits do not stand on ordinary feet? Yet here you come and dance like other men. The pretty witch dancing. What does he want at our ball? Faust dancing. He goes anywhere at all. He sits in judgment while the others dance. He talks of every step if it aught is missed. It's just as if the step did not exist. He's angriest whenever we advance. If you keep spinning round in circles still, as he does in his ancient mill, he will heartily approve of you, especially if you listen to him too. The Proctophantasmist. I never heard the like. Are you still here? We've cleared the matter up. Quick, disappear. By no rules can this devil brood be daunted. We are so wise, yet Teagle still is haunted. How hard I work to sweep this folly clean, and yet it's not. Outrageous, what do you mean? The pretty witch, shut up, stop boring us. Oh, go away. The Proctophantasmist, spirits face to face, I want to state. Spirit despotism, I won't tolerate. A spirit like mine won't be drilled. The dance continues. Today, I see there's nothing I can do. Each journey gives me something, though. So ere I take my last, I hope to show how I defeated the devil and poets too. Mephistopheles. Down, that was Mephistopheles. Down in the nearest puddle he will plump. That is his way of seeking consolation. He'll cure himself with leeches on his rump of the spirit and of spirit domination. To Faust, who has left the dance. Why did you leave that pretty girl, who as you danced so sweetly sang? Faust. Because out of her mouth, while she was singing, suddenly a little red mouse sprang. Mephistopheles, don't be so squeamish. Why, that's nothing at all. Be glad the mouse was red, not gray. Making love, who'd bother anyway? Faust. Next I saw Mephistopheles. What? Faust. Mephisto. Do you see? There, far off stands a child alone, so pale, so sweet. She drags herself quite slowly from the place, as if she walked with fettered feet. I must confess I seem to see a likeness to my little Gretchen's face. Mephistopheles. That does no good to anyone. Let it be. It's lifeless. An eidolon, a fantasy. It is not wise to meet it anywhere. Man's blood congeals before that frozen stare, and he is turned to stone. One may suppose that you have heard about the Medusa's head. There it is. Faust. Those are indeed the eyes of the dead. No loving hand did close. That is the breast which Gretchen yielded me. that the young form I love so passionately. Mephistopheles, you gullible fool, it's just a magic play, which each takes for his love in his own way. Faust, what ecstasy, what anguish and despair! From her glance I cannot seem to tear my eyes away. How strange, around her slender throat there seems to run a narrow thread, no wider than a knife's edge, and it's red. Mephistopheles, yes, yes, that I likewise note. She can take her head beneath her arm. Perseus cut it off, yet did no harm. Still your old desire for fantasy. Come up that little hill with me. It's as jolly there as in the Prater. Unless I have gone off my head, I really see a theater. What's going on? Servibilis, soon they will recommence another piece. 'Twill be the last of 7. They usually perform that number here. A dilettante wrote the play, and dilettante appear in it today. Excuse me, sirs, but I must disappear. And like a dilettante raised the curtain. Mephistopheles, on the Blocksberg, when I meet you, dilettante, my heart rejoices. There you belong, that's certain. And that's the end of chapter 21. I shall continue this on another video. Goodbye, bruv. Goodbye. Goodbye.